Awesome. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm really excited to be here. I'm very thankful for Madison, Peyton, and Anna for inviting me here today so that I can speak to you all. Okay, so the title of my talk is Space for Everyone and Harnessing the Power of Allyship in the Space Business. My topics today, I'm going to cover my academic and career background. What is allyship anyway? My inspiration for prioritizing allyship in the workplace, and also what is an implementation strategy? And then lastly, I'll end with a call to action. So in order to set the stage, I really want to share my academic background as well as my career background with you all. And so as you can see, I have an intense constellation that may seem a little confusing, but it makes sense to me. So in 2007, I graduated from California State University, Long Beach, with a political science degree, and I minored in Russian language. Immediately after graduation, I started at the Boeing company as a contracts administrator for primarily space programs. And I was fortunate to be hired into a rotational program, which allowed me to meet and work with different people. So after I spent about a couple of years as a contracts administrator, I really wanted to start going more towards the finance route to understand the numbers. How do businesses work? And while I made that transition to become a material cost manager, I also wanted to go back to get my MBA to really understand the academia part of that. From there, I had transitioned my career into becoming a cost estimator. And so I worked on a lot of proposals, probably just north of 100 for the company. And with that, my MBA really helped me to guide me to understand what's on the mind of customers. How do we get this business, and how do we just execute flawlessly? And so I did that for about 5.5 years. That was my final rotation, but I decided to stay there, and I became a subject matter expert in cost estimating and pricing. And I really started seeing, as I was navigating the various levels of leadership, that there weren't too many people who looked like me. So I wanted to peel that onion back, and I decided to go back to get my doctorate in organizational leadership. And that's really just the straight up science behind how to build great teams, how to do your work flawlessly, how to do a great job. And there I gained the confidence to apply to become the chief of staff to the vice president of government space systems. So I did that, and I got hired. And I was really excited for this huge opportunity because it just gave me more of a systems level view of how space portfolios really work and come together. And from there, after I graduated, I decided to transition to Virgin Orbit. There was an amazing opportunity for me to lead the affordability program, to really start it from scratch. And even within that role, I was tapped on the shoulder to lead the Spaceport Development, the non-recurring side of the house. And as I started going through that, throughout my career, I had led so many engineers, and I felt really close to it that I went back to Johns Hopkins University to get my Master of Science in Space Systems Engineering. And that was such a great experience to really understand how business and engineering come together. And so I finished that earlier this year, and I also started a business resource group. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, Teammates for Women Empowerment. So what does this all mean? Okay, so I went through this constellation of a journey, and I realized that I started my career as a level 1 employee, and in a short 10 years, I went to reporting to a CEO of an aerospace firm. People always ask me, what's your secret? What did you do? And really, it's quite simple. I worked really hard. I worked so hard, but not just at the technical, not just at the business, but I worked really hard to build relationships. And through building relationships, I wanted people to want to work with me, and I wanted leaders to want me to work for them. And not only that, but it really took mentorship. So I had wonderful mentors that helped guide me. I had wonderful sponsors that put my name in the hat for new opportunities, who would recommend me for a promotion or a different level job. And I also had allies at all levels. Allies for mentors, allies for sponsors, but then also allies at the peer level. We all had each other's backs because it was important to leverage allyship to create space for each other and to ensure that we each had a seat at the table. So what is allyship anyway? So an ally is someone who does not inherently identify with a particular group, but takes action to support that group. An ally seeks to understand and takes responsibility for driving positive change that will help underrepresented groups succeed, feel included, and thrive. So it's really about taking that responsibility because good intentions are not enough. An ally can leverage their insights, or in some instances, their privilege to benefit others and create a more inclusive environment where everyone, and I want to underscore everyone, can thrive. That's very, very key, very important. So what's my inspiration for prioritizing allyship in the workplace, particularly in the space business? Because we can do this. We can come together, show up as our true authentic selves to build out of this world technology that benefits humanity and creates a better environment on our Earth. And that's what really matters here, by leveraging each other's strengths, differences to create this. So what's a workplace implementation strategy to really foster allyship? Business resource groups. So I mentioned earlier that I'm the executive sponsor for Teammates for Women Empowerment at my workplace. And really it starts with asking questions. Why are there so few people of color? And with that, we created a Black Alliance movement to really help leverage and increase representation. Where are all the women? When you look at our population, just the general population, there's more gender balance than not, but when we look at our workplaces, it's not reflective. So again, how do we tap into the busted pipeline, I won't even say leaky, to really help and strengthen the numbers on that front? And then also, everyone should feel empowered to show up as their true, authentic selves. So we have the Love Committee, the League of Virgin Orbit Equality, and that is our LGBTQIA+ community. Because again, we have to be empowered and feel encouraged to come together to create out of this world technology. If it weren't for my allies, I may not be on this stage here today talking to you, because it really takes all of us to pull the best out of each other, because that's how we really learn how capable we really are. Now, my call to action to everyone here in the room: be an upstander. This is the opposite of being a bystander. Act to combat wrongdoing instead of ignoring the issue. So as an example, if a bad joke is said, or if something that's very offensive is said, but it may not directly offend you, and there may not be anyone in earshot of hearing that, call it out. Stamp that out, because when people don't feel comfortable coming to work, they can't produce. They don't feel encouraged. And it really takes a community of all of us to come together to do what we need to do, which is execute and build incredible space hardware. And I'll leave everyone with this. So our founder, Sir Richard Branson, he believes that we must use power for good, always, no exceptions. So even beyond all of the incredible things we are doing with our space technology, we have a responsibility, and we must be proud to be a vocal champion for equity, diversity, and inclusion for everyone. And with that, I'm finished.